For more insight into China's success at the box office this year, we're joined by critic and author Simon Abrams. Simon, thanks for coming to the program. Looking forward to talking about this.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's discuss the important role that Chinese filmgoers have played in Hollywood success, especially this year. 3 films that rake in more than $1 billion. Why is China having such a big impact on films right now?
Well, the ball got started rolling in around Lunar New Year, and it has been a consistent success through the summer, right up until the pre-release sales for tickets for Avatar 3 and Zootopia 2. And it's, I think, a combination of pre-existing conditions, like the fact that Zootopia 2 benefited greatly from the fandom from the first film in China, as well as, you know, the continuation of popularity through references that will please Chinese audiences in this new movie, as well as the popularity of Shanghai Disneyland, the Zootopia attraction there. But I also just think that in general, Chinese audiences are really excited to see that they have finally this year eclipsed the American box office. Movies are even more popular, and it's a source of national pride, and it's kind of inspiring to see.
It really is, and to build on what you're talking about, the industry had a huge year with Ne Zha 2. It really saw the way the industry there is maturing in terms of its animation, in terms of its production value, and with 5,000 years of history, the storytelling has always been important. Why is Ne Zha 2 hitting such a nerve, not just in China, but really globally?
I think animation in general has been, you know, both in terms of Zootopia and, you know, to some extent Avatar, which is technically a kind of animated movie. And these movies have found a really robust audience in family audiences, not just in China, but globally. But especially in China, I feel like it's the national pride angle. It's the aspect of seeing a story that is specifically for Chinese or targeting Chinese audiences, find a way of expression that not only looks great, but feels narratively and, you know, artistically sophisticated. And when the second one came out, it was already enjoying the boost from the first movie's success and continuing, because it's gotten even bigger and arguably even better with a sequel.
Yeah, I agree there. And also, I think you talked about something that's very important, the national pride that China has right now. We've seen that in the support of so many of their movies over the past couple of years. But they're still embracing Hollywood. So how are China and Hollywood working together on content production and marketing? And do you see this really perhaps expanding in coming years?
Oh, absolutely. Expansion is inevitable. I mean, the Avatar movies would not be the success story that they are without the Chinese box office, for starters, but also just the idea that, you know, Hollywood productions for years now have been trying to attract more and robust Chinese box office figures with big stars, with references that will specifically cater to a Chinese audience. And I can only see that, especially after the tremendous year, a sustained tremendous year that the Chinese box office has had, I can only see that trend continuing.
And so many people going to the theater in China right now, something I'm sure that filmmakers in the United States really pine for. How has the global box office rebounded this year, and what's driving this success?
It's a good question. I think honestly, it's a combination of the fact that for years now, the Chinese film industry has basically been treated as a source of national pride by people who can help make these movies happen, producers and other ways that kind of influence and that industry can be grown. But also, I just feel like this year in particular has had a really strong slate of movies, starting with Lunar New Year, and then a bunch of other summer releases, including, you know, the Jackie Chan vehicle, The Shadow's Edge, and the costume drama Dead to Rights. Although honestly, it wasn't my cup of tea, but the film success really does show that this wasn't just a Lunar New Year holiday thing. This is a year long, probably more thing.